Good afternoon, students. Today, we learning prepositions, right? I'll just wait for another 1 minute or two. People will join, start the class, right? Jyoti Yadav, Jai Hind, Jai Hind, ma'am, Jai Hind. All right, let people join whenever they wish to join, but we'll start, right? Yeah. So yeah, today's topic is prepositions. Today we'll be learning everything about prepositions, okay? And before that, let us have a quick review about what we have done the previous class, right? So we have completed nouns followed by pronouns, adjectives, and adverbs, right? So if I ask you a question, what these are, I think you must be able to answer it, right? So nouns are my naming words. Pronouns are the replacement of my nouns. All right. And what are adjectives? Adjectives are those words which will be modifying my nouns and then pronouns. What about adverbs? I told you already, adverbs we have seen in the last class, right? So adverbs are those words which will be modifying my verbs, adjectives, adverbs themselves, and then entire sentence. All right. In this sequence, today we'll be dealing with prepositions. Preposition. What do you mean by preposition? So, I have a clear idea what nouns are. I have a clear idea what pronouns are. Nouns are my naming words. Pronouns are the replacement of my nouns. Adjectives are those words which will be modifying my nouns and pronouns. Adverbs are those words which will be modifying my verbs, adverbs themselves, adjectives, and the entire sentence. But what about these prepositions? I have never heard about it. Yeah, today we'll be learning about it. Prepositions are those words which will show you the relationship. I repeat, prepositions are those words which will be showing you the relationship between noun or noun phrase or pronoun phrase in a sentence with another word within the same sentence. All right. So prepositions are nothing but the same word which will be showing you the relationship between nouns and then pronouns which are already in the sentence with another word. Right. So what are prepositions? Preposition shows the relationship between noun or pronoun with another word, the same sentence. That's it, right? So one thing you have to remember is that nouns, naming words, pronouns, replacement of nouns, adjectives, modifications of nouns and pronouns, adverbs, modifications of verbs, adjectives, adverbs themselves, and the entire sentence. Prepositions, relationship between noun or pronoun to another word in the same sentence, right? So we'll move to the, yeah. Yeah, so we'll move to the table of content. What are we going to learn today? So first I'll give you the proper introduction to preposition. Okay, we'll be looking at various definitions of prepositions, what these prepositions are and other stuffs. And there are types of preposition. For example, prepositions of time, prepositions of direction, prepositions of location, spatial preposition. We have a lot of prepositions. All right. So we'll be dealing with the types also. And then those types, we are not only going to learn the name, but also we'll be seeing different examples, definitions of those types. We'll be examining it. All right. And finally, I'll give you a quick recap about whatever we have learned today in this class. All right. So shall we start? Any doubts so far? Nothing, right? All right. Please be interactive. Okay. So that we can make it more interesting and interactive. Clear? So here comes my first slide. Preposition. What is preposition? Preposition is a word that shows relationship in a sentence. I have told you already. What is preposition? Prepositions are those words which will be showing you the relationship of relationship to whom, relationship between what and what, relationship between my noun or pronoun to another word in a sentence. I repeat, prepositions are those words which will show you the relationship between noun and pronoun of a sentence to another word within the same sentence, the relationship. For example, what I can say, she danced with me. Okay, he, my pronoun, danced is my verb, again me is my pronoun, this with is my prepo, right? Danced with me, he danced with whom? She danced with me. So this word with is called as my preposition. Why, sir? Why it is called as my preposition? Because it is showing the relationship between she and this me, right? Dancing is normal, but then the relationship with whom she is dancing, okay, it is showing the relationship between the first one and this last one. That is why I'm calling this word as my preposition, right? So let us read it out. Preposition is a short word that is employed in a sentence to show the relationship of nouns, pronouns, or phrases with other parts within the respective sentence, right? Example, the cat is sleeping on the table. So, the relationship between the cat and table. What is the relationship between cat and table? The cat is sleeping on the table. Okay, here cat is my noun, table is also my noun. Sleeping is my main verb, is my auxiliary verb. All right, but what is this on? This on is called as my pre. Why it is a preposition? Because it is showing the relationship between two entities. All right, the cat and the table. It is showing the relationship. What is the relationship here? For example, if this is the table, right? Please bear with my and a drawing or whatever it is. All right. So here, if this is the cat or whatever it is, okay. So the cat is sleeping on the table. So the relationship between this cat and the table is clearly denoted by this word. All right. Any doubts so far? Creative thinker. Hello, sir. Hello. Welcome to the session. All right. Preposition is a word that connects a noun phrase, or a pronoun to another word. Okay. Especially to verb, another noun, or adjective. All right. So, one thing you have to be very clear is that prepositions are very simple. Okay. What is preposition? Sir, again, I'm repeating, prepositions are nothing but it is a word, especially a short word, which will be showing you the relationship between a noun or pronoun, okay, to another word in the same sentence. All right. See, the cat is sleeping on the table. Cat, the table. On is showing the relationship. Shall we move to the next one? So we have different types of prepositions, right? What are the types of prepositions? First, preposition of time, and prepositions of direction, preposition place, spatial preposition, okay, and then preposition of location. So what do you mean by the spatial relationship or spatial preposition? What do you mean by that? Okay, spatial prepositions are those prepositions which will be showing you the relationship between one entity to another entity with the help of introducing another entity. All right, if I'm telling you directly like this, I know you won't understand anything, but I have slides for everything. So one by one we'll complete, and then we'll be looking at spatial relationship as well, right? Shall we move to the next one? All right. Yeah. So first type, before getting into the type, look at these things. Okay, these are all my prepositions: on, at, in, right? Through, beneath, under, out, across, among, away, by. All these are my prepositions. Clear? Just go through it. Into. For example, if I take this word into, Okay, we have seen the word example with. All right. Now let us take the word into. How can I make it as a preposition? It is already preposition. How can I employ it in a sentence? All right. Jumped into the well. Take this example. All right. He jumped into the well. Here is my pronoun. Jumping is an action. So calling it as a verb. Well is my noun. The is an article. This into is my preposition. Why, sir? Why it is a preposition? Because it is showing the relationship between he and well. It is showing the relationship between this entity, this entity. He is jumping, but where he is jumping into the well. For example, if this is the well, okay, he is jumping into the well. Into. So this is a preposition. That's it. We'll move to the first type, an important type of preposition of time. Right? What do you mean by preposition of time? There are three primary examples of prepositions. For example, the first one is that in, on, at. Right? In, on, at. So you have to remember this inverted triangle. All right. For example, if you're using on, it means that you are talking about a specific detail. Right? If you're using at, it means that you're giving like accurate or precise. If you're using in, it means that you're just talking generally or a normal detail. Right? For example, at 7 p.m. Okay, at 7 p.m. on Thursday, Mumbai. Okay, leave Mumbai also. We don't want to use Mumbai or something like that. It is place October, right? See, at 7 p.m. p.m. period time. Look at the time, 7 p.m. period. For mentioning accurate details, we'll be using at. That is why I've written precise. Okay, anything we are talking very precise or accurate, like timings, we use at. Okay, and then for on is for little specific, so accurate but little specific. For example, on Thursday, time is very accurate, very precise, right? Whereas day, Monday, Tuesday, we have 7 days. It's not very accurate, Thursday, because it has lot, because Thursday morning, Thursday evening, Thursday. We have lot of timings well in the day, right? So Thursday on, specific, not really accurate. Whereas in October, October has 30 days. Okay, I mean 31 days, right? October has 31 days. Out of these 31 days, I don't know which day in October I'm talking about. It is very general. Okay, for general items, I use in. Specific items, I use on. For very accurate or precise items, at. Right. So with some examples, if you're looking at this one, it will be very clear for you. All right. On. On is used with days. I will see you today. The week begins Sunday. So whenever you're using days, make sure that you on. Okay, because on is specific, not very generic or not really accurate. Right? At is, I told you already. At is used for very precise items. At noon, my plane leaves at noon. What do you mean by noon? Sharp 12 o'clock. Right? Sharp 12 o'clock. We call it. The movie starts at 6 p.m. Accurate timing, we have it, right? So days are specific, whereas times, I mean, like specific times, like, at 6 p.m., at noon, all these are very much accurate. For very accurate things, I'll be using at. Specific things, I'll be using. What about general items? So, for example, in the afternoon, okay, afternoon, past 12, okay, the time after 12 o'clock, okay, and it is a long period of time, right? So, in the afternoon, in August, take approximately August as, like, 30 days, okay? I don't know which day I'm talking about. It is very general, all right? The book was published in 1999. For month, for years, okay, see here, for month, years, like, with the part of day. What do you mean by part of day? Afternoon, midnight, and then morning, evening. These are all called as part of day. For parts of days, for months, for years, and then for seasons. Seasons mean, for example, in spring, in autumn, AUTUMN, in autumn, right? In winter, okay. Season, for years, like other things, like, which are very general, like months and specific part of days, we use in, okay, with night, midnight, with the time of the day, okay, in at. That's it. Very simple. All you have to do is that basically understand this triangle, inverted triangle. For days, I'll be noon, night, midnight, the time of the day. What do you mean by time of the day? For example, 12:30 p.m., 1 a.m., 6. Oh, okay. All these are time of the time of the day. I'll be using at for uh, very generic things like years, with months, and then like parts of the days. What do you mean by parts of the days? Morning, evening, afternoon. All these are my parts of the days. Okay, morning, afternoon. All these are parts of the days, months, years, and with seasons, I'll be using in. Right? Very simple. Any doubts so far? Yes, if you have any doubts, please let me know. Right? So yeah, can easily summarize here that parts of days, months, mentioning anything, parts of the day, year, or season, that I will be the very larger and general. On is, we're talking about days like Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Thursday, and Saturday, Sunday. Okay, you can use on. At is used for precisely noon, night, midnight, and the time of the day. At time, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And what do you mean by noon? Noon is also a proper time. 12. 12 o'clock is called as sharp. Sharp 12 o'clock is called as noon, night, and midnight. So whenever you're talking about night, midnight, any time of the day, then we use at, which are very precise. Clear? Any doubt so far? All right. We'll move to the next one. Now, preposition of time. See, in can be used to depict general timings like months, years, centuries, and parts of the days. See, for example, Dan was born in 2000. Year, right? For year, in, I told you already. See, in 21st century, years, century, anything which is very general, I'll be using in. For on, be using it with day. At, for time of the day or noon. For example, at 4 p.m. At midnight. That's it. Right? So rest everything can read it or go through later. No problem. See, in she will be back in few hours. The party is in December. Few hours. Few hours means I don't know the specific time. It is very general. So I'll be using in, and December is a month. No doubt I'll be using at 6 o'clock, 7:30 p.m., 9 p.m. All timings. On October 29, it is also a proper date. On Monday, Friday night days, right? Very simple. All you have to do is just apply a little bit logic, right? For that logic, keep this in your mind. Add for general timings, for specific timing, add for accurate or precise timings. Now, preposition of time also we have since and for. What do you mean by since and for? You can easily remember since and for in such case. Since exact point of time. Remember it this way. Point of time. For me, period of time. Period. For example, A, B, a period of time. Exact point of time, whereas for means period of time, right? Since it denotes point of time. For it denotes length or period of time, right? He has been living here dash a month. Is it since or for a month? Which one is correct? A month has 30 to 31 days, right? Here my day 1 starts and then here my day 30 there. So it is a length, a period of time. I'll be using for, right? Since, for, right? Month, for a month. He has been living here since or for January. Which one is correct? January. Here they said month. I don't know what month it is. I don't know if it is January or February or anything. Also, a month will have 30 days approximate. So day 1, day 30. It is period of time. So I'm using for. Whereas he has been living here since January will be correct. Why? Because I know exact month here. We have January, February, March, April, May. Okay. So Jan, Feb, March. So I know the accurate point of time here. Since January, he has been living here since January. Whereas month means I don't know what month it is. So I will take 30 days. 30 days is a period of time. But January means it is a specific month. So exact point of time. So I'll be using since here. Right? Ganeeth has been playing football since or for childhood. See? Child, teen, adult. Okay? These are the stages of life, right? Child, teen, and so Ganeeth has been playing football since point of time. For means period of time. Since childhood, Ganeeth is playing. Right? So Ganeeth has been playing football. Childhood will be my correct answer. Because I know the exact point of time. Childhood. Okay? Not adulthood or teenage. Clear? I know him captain since 2019 will be correct because 2019 exact point of time. Okay, childhood is exact point of time. January is exact point of time. So here since will be my answer. But here month means I don't know what month it is. So I'll roughly take 30 days. That is why 4 is correct. I have known him dash a year. A year will have 12 months. I don't know what year it is. If they have mentioned like 2020 or 2021 or 2019 like that, then it is a point of time. Here they simply mention a year. A year will have 12 months. First month, 12th month. So I have known him For a year will be my correct answer. Period of time or length of time, right? So this is how we'll be decoding and analyzing since and for. Any doubts so far? Jyoti, other guys? No? So again, I'll just simply tell you one thing. Since means point of time. Remember it like this, point of time. Whereas for means period or length of time. That's it. Since for visual representation, you can keep this in, right? How's the Josh, guys? Okay, in case if you have any doubts, like, please ask me. Let me clear it for you. All right? No doubts? All right. Yeah. Let us do some work here. Since and then for. How to identify the correct one. See, he has been working since Monday, because Monday is a point of time. We have 7 days, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Monday is a point of time. I have a week. Week has 7 days, but they haven't mentioned what day it is. Is it Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't know. So period of time. 4 will be my correct answer. Last week, if they're telling last week means there are several weeks. Okay. For example, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and present week. This week is my last week. Okay. Week 4 will be my last week. So point of time, right? For a decade. Okay. They have been friends for a decade will be the correct answer. Why for a decade? Decade means 10 years, right? 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have 10 years. So I know him, or what is the thing? They have been friends for a decade will be the correct answer, right? Because I don't know whether it is in the second year or in the third year or any point of time is here, right? I have been waiting for an hour. Why for an hour? We have 24 hours. I don't know if it is the first hour or the second hour or the 16th hour. Okay, just simply they said an hour. For an hour. And also a hour will have 60, right? Period of time they are talking about. They have been married. They have been married since 2002. 2002 is proper point of time, right? Since 2002. I have been living in this city for 2 years. 2 years means like, uh, 24 months. Okay. First month, fourth. I have been living in the city for 2 years. Okay. Period of time. Right. We have been using this software since version 2.0. Why since version 2.0? Version 1 will be there. Version 1.1 or whatever it is, like, version it you're using. Been writing her novel for few months. Right? Few months means length, period of time for. Yeah, we have completed prepositions of time. Now let us move prepositions of place. Okay, simple thing you have to keep in your mind. If the place is really big, then I'll be using in. The place is small, then I'll be using on. The place is really accurate or smaller, like, pointing out correctly, I will use at. The same triangle, right? For example, Delhi. Delhi is a larger area. So in bigger area, right? See, larger area. So Delhi will be my correct. In Delhi will be my garden. Garden is also big, larger, right? In the garden, all right? Whereas for vehicles, leave the vehicles. Vehicles, I'll be explaining it later. But floor, compared to Delhi, floor is smaller. On, roof, on. Okay. And So logically, you can only stand on the floor, okay, not in the floor. In the floor means inside an area. Delhi means, for example, if this is your Delhi, it will be somewhere here. So you can say, I am in Delhi, not Delhi. Whereas floor means this is your building, first floor, second floor, have your third floor. You can stand on the floor, okay, not in the floor, right? If it is a building, if you're standing, and if it is a building, you can say you are in the building, okay? But one thing you have to mind is that car, and always say in the car and the taxi. Why in the car and only? See, sir, now you will ask me, sir, bus is bigger, train is bigger, car is small, taxi is here, in use for bigger items, on use for smaller items. But this is applicable, not applicable for your vehicles, because whenever you're sitting in the car, like be inside it, okay, you can't stand it, you can't stand inside the car. If you can't walk or if you can't stand, then you will say I am in the car, because you will be inside it. All right, I am in the taxi. Whereas if you're on the bus, like if you're traveling on, like you can stand on the bus, you can walk on the bus, right? So you can say I am on a bus, I am on a plane, I am train. In a vehicle, if you can stand, then you can say I am on. Can't stand, if you sit, then I am in. What about bike? You'd leave it in the comment. Is it in the bike, I'm riding in the bike, or I'm riding on a bike? Okay, comment it, everyone. All right, so yeah, at is used for smaller place or precise. At the bus stop, at the bus stop means, like we have a long road and other things, but bus stop is a specific area, like pointing out the particular area, right? So at the bus stop, at the entrance, entrance means, like you have house and entrance, right? We are talking about a particular area or space, accurate area, at, right? Prepositions of place is nothing but if the area is bigger, use in. The area is smaller, or if you can stand on it, and then if the area is comparatively smaller, like you can use at, right? Let's move to the next one. Now, prepositions of direction. Okay, prepositions of direction, you denote the direction in something travels, or your preposition talking about, like traveling, or call it as preposition of time. For example, the girl ran toward her father. This is the father, this is the girl. The girl is running towards, toward, talking about a direction. Preposition of direction. Beam jumped into the river to help Chutki. For example, imagine if this is your river, right? Or a lake or pond, whatever it is. So here is Beam. He is jumping into this, into, jumping into the river. Varun passed the book to Raju, standing. For example, if I'm Varun and Raju standing, I'm passing the book to Raju, giving it to him, passing it to him. Right? When will be when will Sergio Ramos be returning from Spain? From, like reverting back, coming from, right? For example, if this is Spain, here we have in, okay, Ramos. It is a person's name, okay? Ramos. When is he coming from Spain? From address, you can easily remember. From Spain to India, right? Rihanna lives across the street. Across, across the street. Rihanna lives across the street. So from, to, into, towards, all these are some examples of your prepositions of direction, right? And also I told you, what do you mean by prepositions? Preposition, relations. So the relationship of a noun or pronoun, another word in the same sentence. The girl, father. Beam, river. Varun, Pass the book to Raju. When will Ram is Spain, Rihanna cross street. All these words are prepositions. Why? Because it is showing the relationship between these circled words. That's it. All right. Next one. So prepositions of location. What do you mean by prepositions of location? Okay. So preposition which is employed to denote the location of a particular object. For example, Ubi would be staying at his friend's place. At friend's place. Okay. Make sure you keep all the toys back in its place. Right. I lay on the floor. Okay. So what is this telling? It is talking about the location of a object. So we can denote a location by at, in, on. Right. So I'll be staying at friend's place. If you are standing here and then talking about a particular place, have to mention at, right? At home. Where is the book? The book is at home, right? See, make sure that you keep all the toys back in its place. For example, if this is the place allocated or allotted for the toys, okay, and if the toys are scattered here, put it back in its place, right? And I lay on the floor. What do you mean by lay on the floor? Imagine if this is the floor, okay? Someone is sleeping or like lying on the floor. Like I'll say, I'm laying on the floor. On means to stay on top of it, right? That's it. Very simple and clear. Any comments so far? Nothing. Now we will talk about spatial relationship. Okay. So what do you mean by spatial relationship? Spatial relationship used to denote an object's movement away from the source towards a source. How I can say something? If I want to show you or if I want to talk about the location of this pen, okay? If I want to talk about the location of the pen, what will I do? For example, if this is my phone and it is kept here in my hand, the phone is placed on the phone. Okay. Sorry, the pen is placed on the phone. Okay. So I'm bringing a phone here. Okay. I'm bringing a source here to make sure there is a relation. Let me put it very simple for you. There is a pen, and then to indicate this pen's location, I'm bringing another source here. Okay. With the help of one source, I'm able to identify or show the relationship of another source. This is called spatial relationship. Okay. This is a space. We are living in a space. Okay. With the help of one object, if I'm able to identify another object's location or anything else, then I call it as spatial relationship. Right? Yeah. So see here. Stuart Little sat leaning against the wall. Stuart Little's, we are talking about Stuart Little's position. Okay. With the help of wall, we are able to identify where is he, where is he? He's standing, he sat leaning against the wall. What do you mean by leaning? For example, if I'm here and the monitor is here, I'm leaning against it. Against it means opposite direction. Sat sitting or I sat leaning against it. With the help of the wall, I'm able to identify or I can denote the position toward little. Okay. The circus was stationed opposite Children's Park. See, I'm bringing this source Children's Park in order to show the circus location. Where is the circus? The circus is opposite to the Children's Park. I'm bringing this Children's Park as a source and telling this circus is opposite to that Children's Park. Okay. Selena sat beneath the tree. Okay. For example, here are your tree. Selena is sitting. Okay. With the help of this tree, I'm telling her location or position. Where is she? Sat. Beneath means under. Okay. Beneath the trees. Right. So with the help of this source, I'm able to identify the original source, position or location. Rema sat beside the stairs. What do you mean by beside? Okay. either left or right. We call it as beside, right? So we spend the evening walking around the lake. We spend the evening walking around the lake. For example, if this is the lake, okay, if this is the area where you can walk, okay, so what they are basically saying is that we spend the evening walking around the lake, means walking around it, around the lake, right? So we I'm able to identify their location or position by bringing this lake here. Where were they? They were walking around the lake with the lake as a source. I'm able to identify the original source location. So in order to identify, in order to show or denote a location or a position of an original source, I'm bringing a new source. Okay. So this is called spatial relationship. That's it, right? Yeah, we have completed prepositions today. In case if you have any further doubts or something else, please let me know in the comment section, right? So what are prepositions? Prepositions are nothing but those words which will show you the relationship between noun, pronoun, tense. Prepositions are those words which will show you the relationship between noun or pronoun in a sentence to another word, the same sentence. That's it, right? And we have different types of prepositions. What are the types of prepositions? Prepositions of time. We have, like, 5 primary examples: in, on, at. In, on, at. Okay, in, on, at are the 3 primary first conditions. What in is used for, like, larger times like, decades, centuries, for years, for months, seasons. We can use in, right? On is used for days, right? And then at is used for, like, noon, night, midnight, and then times of the day. Okay, specific times of the day I can use at. What are the other 2? For, and then since is called as my period of time, point of time, called as my point of time, whereas for is called as length of time, period of. So these 5 are called as my preposition time. Next one, so preposition of place. Okay, the place is bigger or general, we say in. The place is small, call it as on, right? If the place is, like, very accurate or precisely meant, at. Prepositions of direction, showing the direction, like towards, into, all these are my prepositions of direction. Not last, we have also seen preposition of spatial relation. In order to show the original source, location, or direction, or position, whatever it is, I'm bringing one more source in order to show the original source's position or location, or whatever it is. So these kind of relationship is called as spatial. That's it, right? So please summarize. To summarize everything, what are prepositions? Prepositions are nothing but is a word that used to show the relationship. That's it, right? Thank you so much for watching this entire video. My name is Ganeeth Kumar. I'll be teaching English here at SAVDA. For further courses and other details, thank you. Jai Hind.